Welcome to Canine Nose Time, the podcast celebrating scent detection for fun. Join us for insights into building a connection in your team, tips for competency and success in competition, and to keep up to date with recent and upcoming scent work events here in New South Wales and around Australia. Welcome back to Canine Nose Time podcast, everyone. It's been a while. Hello, Danielle.
Hello.
We just thought it was about time that we recorded something for the Canine Nose Time community, and we've got really quite a lot to catch up on. So we're just going to see where we get to.
Hang on. When was our last podcast? I think it was like January.
I was going to say, was it January or February? I'm not exactly sure how we got to August this year, to be honest.
That's crazy.
Yes, indeed. And we've made quite a few changes with Canine Nose Time classes too. So I think that's taken up a lot of our time. But we've just finished our first 4-week block of our new system, our courses. And so far, I think it's gone really well.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, a little bit more focused, a little bit more specific for people that would like to work on particular skills. Yeah, I'm enjoying instructing it too, which is good.
I also like that I love all my regular students, but it's also cool to have like new ones popping in because the classes are not so fixed. So you get to see like a mixture of different teams, which is also really fun as an instructor.
Yeah, I agree. We've seen some new people come through to Canine Nose Time, which is really good. And I think I'm enjoying the, like when you sort of have something a little bit more focused, you become a little bit more creative.
Yep.
Which I'm enjoying. What's your favorite class been to take? Topic. Favorite topic.
You're putting me on the spot. I'm gonna say 3 hide puzzles.
I thought you might say that, which is actually interesting because that is one of the few classes we've still got spots in for the next 4-week block.
That's funny.
And I was going to see if we could get some of the people that had done some 3 hide puzzles to give some feedback on that, because I haven't taken 3 hide puzzles yet, but I think that's going to be a really fun one to take. I'm taking it in this next block.
Yeah, I love it because I think I had 3 classes take it this round at 2 different locations. So lots of 3 hide puzzles. I like it because you can tailor it to the level the class is at. I like it because it's literally my favorite thing about nose work, which is set up a scent puzzle and just watch dogs solve it. I love that because it's just, watching the changes of behavior. It's giving the dogs confidence and problem-solving skills. It's cool to watch people see what their dogs are capable for the first time if they're kind of just starting to stretch their puzzling skills. And it's also good, I think, if you're at higher level trialing, to really break down the puzzles and understand where your dog's skill set is at, what it means when you start to layer in challenge. The thing I think it really exposes is how independent your dog is, because we want the dogs to solve these puzzles independent of us. There are other classes where we work on handling, and this is really, can your dog do multi-hide puzzles, complicated 2-hide puzzles? Can they solve it themselves? And I need dogs to be able to do that before I throw them in high-level trials.
Yeah, and that's in our Odyssey series, which is appropriate because, like you said, it's not a handless. We're watching the dogs work more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that interesting, I guess, similar, but this one's probably a bit more of a challenging, still adaptable, but layering puzzles.
Yep.
That's been an interesting class, really interesting, just breaking down some of those more complex odor puzzles that we see at the high levels.
Yep.
But I've really enjoyed thresholds, corners, and perimeters.
That was a good one for me as well.
Yeah, that's probably been one of my favorites. Just, you know, getting the dogs what because it's a lot about odor as well,
Yep.
but it's probably a little bit more focused on handling. But
Oh,
it's the
absolutely. Yeah.
handlers to understand what those odor clues sort of look like.
Yep.
So yeah, they're probably two of my favorites. But
To
yeah,
be honest, now you're like putting me on the spot because I'm like, I actually liked all of them. I'm like the type of person that can't really pick a favorite anything. And the more I think about all my other classes, I'm like, well, no, I really like Trial Skills 1. That was really fun. We really dove into having confidence to call alert and, just a bit more of what the trial picture looks like. That was really fun.
I'm looking forward to
Yep.
doing that class this term.
Yep. Yep.
That's the class I'm taking. Well,
Um,
with you. Oh,
yes.
I'm a student in your class.
Yeah. Correct. With flair.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're all good. I'm enjoying this new class format. So we're doing focus 4-week classes on specific topics. I think it's fun because we've still got more classes that we're introducing, more classes that we're developing. Uh, and yeah, it's a lot of fun for us as instructors.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm really enjoying it. I was just having a look at the classes for next, what is still available. One second. And we have some spots left in, there's one spot left in foundations on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. We've got 3 hard puzzles at Galston and 3 hard puzzles Thursday, 7:30 p.m. And then we've got one spot left in Elevation and Buried on a Wednesday at 5 p.m. And one spot has, oh no, that's sold out. Never mind. What else? We got some of the intro classes, but those would be inquiry only. If you've done some ODA previously or have done some intro classes previously, you can send me an email, hello@caninenosTime.com.au if you're interested in some of the intro classes. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, they start next week, so that's exciting. And it looks like, and their response has been really good, so it looks like the students are enjoying a little bit more focused training as well. Okay, so what else have we got? What else have we been up to in the last 8 months?
I feel like the first half was kind of a bit of a build up to camp, right? Like camp's coming up, camp's coming up. That was a big chunk of our calendar. And that was it. That was way back in June, which now feels like ages ago.
It feels like forever away. That was early June.
Yeah. And we had different experiences at camp because you were an instructor this time around.
Yeah, the last camp, which 2 years ago, I was a photographer, and so I got to see a lot of the instructors and watch a lot of the teams, and have a bit more of the camp experience, I guess. Yeah, this time I was an instructor, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was so full on. It was a lot of work and I like mental, you know, so much going on in the lead up to it and planning all the lessons, but it was so much fun, and it was really good to see all the different teams working. And yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed I didn't get to see all the other instructors, but you can't have everything. But how did you find it? You ran Nettle at camp?
Yes. So I loved it. So the first camp was 2 years ago, and I attended that with Nettle when she was 9 months old. So she was a baby dog just on ODA at the very first camp. So for me, the cool thing was actually to see her, like, the progress that we'd been able to achieve
Mhm.
over the 2 years of her training. And it was just fun. I loved my group I was in. I had some awesome teams. I had like I we all thought our team was the best. Um, despite our terrible performance on our on the final day where there was a mock trial and our team totally had a bit of a stumbling block moment across the day. But it was cool. And what I like is that with Nettle, I haven't trialed her a whole lot. She hasn't got a heap of experience trialing because of opportunity, because I don't really put her in a whole heap of ANKC stuff. But it was cool to see in my group watching her up against teams that had a lot of competition under their belt. And I was like, oh, wow. It made me realize that trials and ribbons, then, we do get caught up in them and we do feel like they're the measure of progress,
Mm.
but they're really not.
No, I mean,
And I know it's hard to keep track of your progress when you don't have that sort of external process giving you the ticks and the ribbons and saying, yep, you've achieved this. But I think that's what it made me do. It made me realize that me and Nettle have achieved a lot, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's measured by others.
absolutely. I think that's something it's easy to forget. We think
Mm,
trials are, something we have to do all the time, but really they're a measure of our training, and our training is what we should be doing all the time.
yes.
And then, occasionally test out those skills.
Yes.
The trialing shouldn't be the main focus or the main reason that we are doing scent work with our dogs.
Absolutely. But apart from that realization and epiphany that I had, I also it was just so much fun. I love camp. It's 3 full-on days of just nose work, intense nose work. You go from one session to another. It's really relentless. You get a whole mixture of instructors from America. We had lots from Australia this time around, and there wasn't a single session that wasn't worthwhile. It was all fantastic. The setting is beautiful. You get to search a lot of cool locations. It was, it's something I
Mhm.
always recommend. If it's on your bucket list, put it in your diary for, when is it, 2027?
Yeah, and I think it's a good point that, like, it was really great to have the American instructors again, and we had some different ones
Mm-hmm.
this time as well. And, like, they're fantastic, the American instructors, but it was also really nice to see, just what we've sort of got in Australia as well.
Yep.
Becky and Cass came down from Queensland, and we had some stand-in Australian instructors as well. Went on one of the days JP couldn't make it. And I think that we've got a really good resource of Australian instructors here too. So,
Yeah. And I think it might be hard to remember that, you know, Australian instructors have now been doing this for a really decent amount of time,
yeah, yeah, exactly. And the
which is cool.
feedback was good. I mean, that's
Yep.
how you've got to measure it, right? And
Yep.
the campers, the feedback was really good for the Australian instructors. So I think that was really positive that we do have such good instructors down here now as well. Um,
Yes.
yeah, and they
Um,
made camp
yep.
really fun.
Yep.
Mm.
It is great having the Americans though. So we had Jill Marie and Michelle Ellertson. So both of them I've gone to things with them before. So it was nice. It's always great to see them. They've got lots of
Mm.
good, valuable information. They're also just fun to have as
Eh,
instructors.
yeah,
They're good. They're
and
good about
Laura
it.
Lee was really great. I
Well,
really
yeah,
enjoyed.
I was gonna say I wasn't as familiar with Laura Lee, but she was amazing. I loved my session with her. It was in interiors, and she was just a lovely person.
Yeah,
Really, really fantastic.
yeah, and I really love her experience in the industry. And I think the last time I saw her was probably literally a decade ago when she came over to Australia.
Mm,
Marion got her out for some workshops out here, and just how fun she made it.
mm,
And I think the feedback from camp for Laura Lee was really good as well. So
yeah,
I hope she comes out again because, yeah, she's definitely one of the instructors I really look up to
yeah.
experience wise. Yeah, but I had, while I was instructing at camp, I also had Flair at camp, who was run by run by Nat ran both the working cockers,
Yes.
which would have been a feat in itself. But I could tell that, and even as an instructor, I could tell by day 3 that the dogs were really starting to wind down. Like, even, and I'm saying that about working cocker spaniels. So, that must have been some some good exercise they'd had over the 3 days.
Okay, so here's a question. Did you feel that Flair learned anything or gained anything from the experience, despite you not handling him?
I I could definitely see the increasing clarity, context,
Yep.
and I think it's partly because he was in a different area, different environment every day, different search areas, and just building up that, context for the search,
Yep.
his search queue. Like, I felt like all of that was a lot clearer.
Yep.
They're both baby brand new dogs, so
Yep.
like in my mind they're still learning all the odor puzzles, and they're learning how to focus on one, odor puzzle and all these type of things. So I think those skills are still building, but I definitely think there was an improvement in his understanding and some of that drive and searching in the absence of odor from camp,
Yep.
which I think is really, really important.
I do think it's cool as well that it's just it gets into a nice rhythm for the dogs. They're in their car crates and then they get out and they search. And then they're
Mm,
back in and they rest and then they get out and search. And I think is that is great for building that focus, right? They understand what they're doing when they get out.
yeah.
And it also is a nice little replica of what the trial setting will be. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I think, like, just thinking on that, like yesterday we entered the level 1 vehicles,
Mm.
a level 1 vehicles element trial here in Sydney. It was down south in Albion Park. But it was I found that really interesting because I feel like camp, and this is what I mean by it increased his context and understanding of the search. We were in
Yep.
a completely different place,
Yep.
completely alien environment to him, and the harness goes on and the search cue is given, and he's on task right from that moment.
Yep.
And I think that is what really helped him in camp. Like, that's one of the results of that 3 days sort of
Yep.
intense camp
Yep.
environment. And yeah, like yesterday it was just so obvious that he knew exactly what he was there for.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's probably one of the best takeaways for a new dog in that type of environment that I've really, I could
Well,
see him. I didn't see him working all the time. I mean, that was working him, but
she took lots of videos. Have you even had time to go through the video?
I've watched a few of them, but
Yeah.
it's still on the list. Gosh,
Yeah.
it's hectic, hasn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
But you just brought up that Flair did his first ACSW trial yesterday.
Yeah, he had his first big trial.
And how did it go?
Look, it was all a blur, really. I feel like we drove a long way for 30 seconds of searching,
Yep.
but
Yep.
actually, I think it was almost 40 seconds of searching, to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was really good. The level 1 vehicles, it was four search areas back to back, and he passed all 4, so he got his title, and so did Bug, his brother.
Yep.
And I think Bug was probably twice as fast as Flair was, but that was probably because Flair's got a dud handler, I don't know.
Bug is a little like he's like 50% more insane than Flair.
He is, and I don't know why. Like, Flair used to be the one that was a bit nuts,
Yeah, I don't know why either, but
and
it is what
yeah,
it is.
it's good. They're all different. I mean, they look very similar, but they're all different.
Yeah.
They take their job very seriously,
Yeah, they do.
and then when they're not searching, they're just very,
Idiot.
yeah, they're not serious at all. So, yeah, that was really fun, and it was nice to be able to know and sort of feel confident that we've put all of that foundation work into them, and it was a nice test of our training, put it
Yeah.
that way. So,
I just want to note that Flair and Bug have been nose work training since we brought them home at 12 weeks.
mm,
And they are going to be turning 2 in October.
oh my gosh.
But so that's what, 2 months from now. But he's only just done his first big trial. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It takes that long, I think, to build the clarity that you're talking about,
Yeah.
because you have to get them through adolescence and get all, really just
The brain cells have to kick in.
absolutely. And I also just like letting dogs be dogs. Like I just like to get to know my dog and let
Yeah.
them, let their personalities unfold. I mean, who would have thought Bug would become so crazy? When he was the
Yeah.
puppy, we thought he was the like kind of dopey one.
We thought it was chilled. I thought I had the wrong dog. Like I thought also
Yeah.
think it's
So
important. We
and I
have
think that's I think it's, when people come to us like for their very first, intros and foundations and all that stuff, I know that there's a temptation to, just jump straight into trialing as soon as you get some odor recognition going, and, that's fine. But I think it pays huge dividends to just take it slow, go as slow as you want, and really make sure that you and your dog have the skills.
Yeah. And also I think we haven't overtrained them,
Nope.
with and I'm talking, they probably do 2 or 3 okay, 2 sessions a week.
Yeah, three's
Um,
pushing it.
yeah, like, that probably hasn't happened.
No. Sometimes it's 1.5, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's none.
Yeah, yeah. So I do think it's important not to overtrain it as well,
Yep.
and to keep up that sort of motivation. It's always exciting, like, you can just tell how much they love it,
Yep.
and that's really encouraging to me
Yep.
that we've developed them with that sort of and the ribbons, honestly, that's the bonus. It's
Yep.
just the icing, but watching them work and solve the puzzles, and that's what I love.
Yeah.
So it was nice to go in with a little bit of confidence that I knew he'd been prepared for that
Yep.
situation. Whether we
Yep.
passed or not didn't really matter. But I mean, don't get me wrong, that's nice. But knowing that he could go into that situation and understand exactly why he was there, he was searching out like a little crazy dog, like. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was a really good experience. Mm.
And you've also been trialing with Buddy. Like, he had, like, a moment of glory a few was it weeks ago? When
He
was that?
did. He did. And I think it's taken him Buddy is my mum's dog. He's I don't know how old he is now, 7 or 8, and he comes to class once a week, and when we have classes, so what, 26 weeks a year or something, and he competed in his nose work too a few weeks ago, and to everyone's surprise.
No, not mine.
Okay, well, maybe not yours, but to everyone else's surprise, he passed. And he worked so beautifully. We
Mm.
really had a fun day. He's such a happy little dog. And yeah, I was so excited for him to pass.
Yep.
And, maybe we'll have a crack at some nosework threes because he understands the puzzles and he just has such a great time.
I
And
think he got an extra ribbon, didn't he, in containers?
yeah, he got first place in containers.
That's
And,
crazy.
that I actually thought that was really awesome because we've done so much work with
Mm.
containers and our handling, and we do it with all of our students,
Yep.
you know, running containers confidently
Yep.
and knowing what to do when the wheels sort of fall off. And
Yep.
so, yeah, that was really nice to be able to get a placing with the one of the slowest dogs out there.
He is not slow, and, like, I'm being for real, like, because I was shadow judging that nose work too, and I also judged yesterday where Buddy was handled by our friend Allison, and I swear, Buddy is the happiest dog. Like,
He
out of
really is.
everyone on any trial day, he is the happiest dog. He loves it so much. He is running with a smile in his face up to the search line, and he loves the game. It's
He
awesome.
really does. Yeah, and it's really made his little personality shine, I think, and
Mm.
I think, him and Alison worked so well, so nicely yesterday together.
They were fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, and I think their style of searching suits each other, so
Yep.
hopefully we can poach Alison into running buddy again sometime.
That'd be good.
Yeah, 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 it was really good. How did you find judging yesterday?
That was hard, mostly because I've been sick all week. So
Mm,
it was hard to stay upright. And it was a lot of teams. There were over 60 teams to judge.
that's massive.
Yeah. But
One Jen for hosting.
it was fun because it was a fun little venue. There was cool stuff to search, cool vehicles.
It was fun.
I had I so my search areas were actually inside, which I think threw some people. And so there were some trains, some train sort of parts, some carts. There was some interesting objects in the search area, all of which were vehicles of some sort. And it was just really funny to have people walk up to the start line and I'd tell them, look, in there is your search. Anything that's a vehicle, that's your search area. And, it was almost as if people thought I was like saying some sort of riddle that they had to figure out. I'm like, it's not that hard. Just go in there. The odor is on a vehicle. Your dog will figure it out. Most dogs I could tell some dogs it was a tricky search area if they felt spatial pressure, particularly
Mm,
one of the rooms, really tight spaces around that vehicle.
mm-hmm.
So that's always something to keep in mind that you want to, advocate for your dog if they're not comfortable in a space like that. Take time to reassure them, but you don't need to force your dog to be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially because it's so new. Like you might work on this stuff at home or in your class, but when you go to a really stressful brand new search location and your dog hasn't had a lot of trial experience, it could throw them just a little bit. But most teams, even the few that had a bit of a, whoa, what sort of search area is this sort of reaction? Most of them just got straight down to it, especially when they hit odor, which was,
It's more a handler problem, isn't it,
yeah, yeah.
than a dog problem. I mean, I remember walking into the room and I'm like, oh, is it just this? And then I'm like, hang on a minute, whatever it is, my dog's going to tell me about it, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
If not, I've got bigger problems.
Yeah. But I always love vehicles. Well, I love watching vehicle searches. I don't always love being in them myself. I love vehicles because they are such great odor puzzles. Like
Hmm.
you get the odor movement, you get, interesting barrier challenges. It's just it's fun to watch.
They
Um,
have always been my favorite element because one, there's so much context around it. You know the odors on
yep.
the vehicle.
Yep.
And just teaching your dog how to navigate those barrier challenges, I just think you can train it away from vehicles. You don't need to be
No.
training it on vehicles. I think we forget that. I mean, it's great for a little bit of extra context.
Yep. Yep.
How did you find like that was one thing I noticed there was a lot of metal yesterday.
Yep.
I was wondering about how the odor was moving in some of those small rooms
It
or
was
moving.
super interesting because I was anticipating a lot of difference between group 1 and group 3, considering there were over 60
Mm,
competitors. And it was really fairly stable and consistent across the day,
hmm. It was
which,
pretty cool yesterday, so
yeah,
maybe
I
that
think
probably
had a lot
helped.
to do with the temperature. The second group probably had the most amount of change. I think the sun came out at that point and there was maybe a bit more odor movement, but it was pretty amazing how most dogs ran the same search from group 1 to group 3.
Yeah, because I was in group 3, and by the time when I got there, it was still warm, but it cooled down very quickly in
Mm,
the afternoon, so that could have maybe had something to do with it.
yeah. No, and because they were kind of the ones I were judging were in interiors, I really thought there would be more odor movement, particularly
Mhm.
from one side of the room to the other or whatever, but there wasn't, and I think it was the temperature.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting, a very interesting trial, and
Mm.
yeah, lots of fun. I'm looking forward to trialing Flair. I think he's gonna test me.
I'm gonna tell you that I think your challenge is gonna be what was been one of my biggest challenges with Nettles, and that is leash handling.
It's such a change from a border collie to a working cocker. I literally just I I just feel like I'm holding on and I'm like, "Oh, no, I missed it. Go back and do it again." Like,
I think the problem with spaniels is the zigzag nature of them, and it's not like this consistent movement in one you know, like an arc or a line. It's just zigzag and up and down and back and forth
It's not
and little
even a
circles and pirouettes.
yeah, it's all of the movements. It's like,
Mm,
how many movements can we fit into 10 seconds? And somewhere in there, I've got to scream out alert. I like
yeah,
I feel like that's what yeah, where the border collie and it's a great experience to be able to handle a different breed of dog and a dog that just searches so completely differently to what I'm used to.
yeah,
So, yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. Well, we are having a lot of fun already,
yep.
um, but I definitely know that my skill is not up to his his just yet.
I think that's fairly like consistent across most teams. It's the handler skill that needs to catch up.
Yeah, yeah, like, I was always so confident handling Syrah and even Ranger to a certain extent, like,
Mm,
the handling was never our issue.
mm,
It was the odor puzzles and
yep,
the different environments and things like that were always the challenge. When now the environment isn't the challenge, the the odor isn't the challenge, it's the leash handling that's the challenge. I always thought I was a good leash handler. I am not.
it's yeah, it's a whole other level of leash
Yeah,
handling.
it sure is. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, well, that was our exciting oh wait, we wanna just touch on our double header weekends. We had a
Yarramundi, yep,
Nosework 1 and a Nosework 3 at Yarramundi, and,
that was full on.
yes, we hosted it
Yep,
and competed, and I CO'd, and
and I judged.
yeah, we
We
did
did all the things.
yeah, it was a really big weekend, so, let's maybe focus on your trialing experience there now.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I judged at the Nosework 1 and then Nosework 3 the next day. I ran in that, competed with Rory, my golden retriever, who just celebrated his 9th birthday,
Mm,
which was exciting. But Rory is my complicated, reactive, anxious, all the things boy. And he got his Nosework 3 title last year with 2 legs.
mhm,
And this was his 3rd attempt at a Nosework 3. And it was a really fun day.
good.
Some parts were more fun than others. So Nosework 3 is 6 searches. I did, because I was hosting, I did the first 4 searches back to back, which I think is an extra challenge,
Yeah,
to
that's a
be
lot.
perfectly honest.
Yeah.
And I think we probably as a team could have benefited from the downtime in between. The
And Rory searches a little slower than your average dog, so
Yes, he
he
does.
takes up a lot more time
Yes.
to search, and that probably needs a little bit more of a rest in between, but,
Yeah.
you
So
know
he did containers first, nailed it, loved it. Thank you, CO, for a 3 hide search to start the day. Because I loved hitting that 3rd hide, hearing a yes, being able to call finish. That's just the best feeling in a Nosework 3 for me is a
Yeah,
3 hide search.
I love a three-hard search.
Yeah. So that was a beautiful start for Rory because he loves his containers. And then we headed into exterior 1, which was a blank, which
Good, good, good thing.
I was fairly confident was a blank, but even when you call it, you've always got a doubt in the back of your mind.
Yeah,
And honestly, we were in there way too long. We didn't need to be there in
I
there.
think most of the teams were, to be honest. I don't think they were expecting that to be a blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people decided it wasn't a blank and just called some random hides anyway.
And then so then search 3 for him was the interior, which is also a fun search. He got that right at the end, a really tricky 1 inaccessible in 1 room, and then there was another room that was blank. And then vehicles was our downfall. He missed 1 hide, which was sort of a thresholdy hide right at the start. There were 4 vehicles. By the time he made it all the way to the first hide we found, which was right at the back of the search area, we were almost at 2 minutes, I think, because I was wearing a watch for this search, surprisingly. I don't normally have a watch. So then you're faced with the really awful part of a handler, which is like, where do you go? You've got limited time. Where do you go? And we just ran out of time to fully recover the search area.
Yeah,
So
and Roaring
yeah,
does move very slowly, so it's difficult to
yeah,
motivate him to cover an area you might not have covered before.
Yeah. So I walked out of that search feeling a bit crappy because I felt like my sort of, judge and CO in training hat told me that there should have been another hide in that space, right? Like
What?
logically, I'm like, there should be another hide out here, and I know it's possible it was just a one hide, but yeah, that walking away from that search area felt a bit we missed something. But then the rest of the day was awesome. I loved the final two searches, two huge exteriors to end the day on. Really fun searches.
Good.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
I was
yeah.
the CO for that Nosework 3.
Yep.
And I honestly the location is just so great.
Yep.
That's a Nosework 3 I would have loved to run in. Like,
Yep.
the searches were huge. I love big searches,
Me
especially
too.
exteriors, and I chose to do 3 exteriors for that just because of the environment. Like, there was just it just looked so fun.
Yep.
Uh, and yeah, I really enjoyed being a CO at that one, and we got 5 passes and I think 6 legs. And it turned out vehicles, the one that hide you missed, I think that hide was probably one of the most missed hides, and it was just a number plate at the beginning of the search.
I think it was the most missed hide.
Yeah, and it was a shame because dogs that got it from the start line hit it,
Mm.
that was fine, but if the dogs missed it from the start line, it was rare that they came back to get it.
Yep.
So and there was by the end of the day, there was a lot of pooling odor in the middle of the vehicles.
Yep.
So that took a little bit of a chunk out of people's time too. But overall, I think, yeah, it was a really fun Nosework 3 to CO. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. And it's another reminder though that, Nosework 3s are hard.
Yep.
And even though I was happy with the pass rate and the legs and all the rest of it, they're still hard. It's stringing 6 searches together is tough work. So I think the teams that passed and got a leg did, and a leg means, for those of you that don't know, you've just missed one hide over the day, or you've made one error over the day, over 6 searches, which is pretty impressive. So, uh,
So we've done 3, me and Rory have done 3 Nosework 3s and we've got 3 legs. And I think that's freaking awesome. I'm
mhm,
super happy and proud of him.
yeah.
But there's always that part of your brain that goes, oh, I've been so close, you know? And it's almost that greedy part that wants just that little bit more. But
Not satisfied with the leg.
I know, which is stupid because the next time we trial, I bet we miss a leg, and it's like, damn it, I wish I had a leg. But
Yeah. You
but
definitely
you got to
leg.
remember, like, I feel like competing in a Nosework 3 with your dog is a privilege
Mm,
and just an awesome experience to be able to share with your dog.
mhm.
So I look forward to our next one. We got another one in 2 weeks.
Oh my what? Oh, yeah, okay. 2 weeks.
We're not hosting and doing all the things. We're just competing.
Good. Oh, give me a panic attack. I'm like, there's so much going on, I wouldn't have been surprised if we were hosting it at this point. Yeah, that's true. We've got Megan's Canine Nosy Parkers is hosting up at Patterson.
Yep.
The same day there's a Nosework 2 in Canberra.
Yes.
So good luck
Let's just
to everyone.
Do we need to run through the calendar? Have we done that yet?
I don't think we have. Oh my goodness, there's so much to do. Well, let's
Okay.
run through the calendar and let's call
Yeah,
that
and then we can finish
our
up.
yeah, let's wrap it up. So, have you got a calendar in front
Yeah, I got it. Okay. This Sunday is Nosework 2
this
by The Dog
Sunday?
Knows It
Oh, yep.
at Freeman's Reach.
Mhm.
Sunday 31st, Nosework 3, Canine Nosy Parkers up at Patterson. You and I are competing. Should be
Mm.
fun. The following week, Sunday.
And the Nosework 2 in Canberra on the same day.
Oh, yes, Nosework 2 in Canberra on the same day. Good luck to everyone who is in that.
Mhm.
Sunday, September 7,
Yes.
all 3 interiors.
Yes. Actually, let's chat about that for 2 seconds.
This is the first one in Australia.
Yes. Level 3 interiors element specialty trial. And just a note with that, we have an elite, what is it called?
Select.
Elite select a little bit later in the year. And if you pass this level 3 interiors, that means you are eligible to enter the Elite Select later on in the year.
Correct.
Yes. Carry on.
So that I'm so looking forward to that. We're
I'm the
hosting.
CO
I'm
for that.
gonna compete. You're COing.
I'm very excited for that too. That'll be my first COing gig for a level 3. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Awesome fun. Okay. Following week is an ANKC weekend for those of you who are looking forward to that.
Mhm.
And Sunday, September 21, we have another level 3 element specialty trial, level 3 containers.
Yes. That's at Castle Hill. We are
Yep.
hosting that one as well. And a pass there will also give you entry to, opportunity to compete in the Elite Select.
Correct. And then I don't know what we're doing on the 28th of September, but the
We are
following weekend.
traveling to Queensland.
Oh, we are. Hopefully, I'm fingers crossed going to get into that Nosework 3 up there that has like way too many people entered.
Oh, really? I'm gonna go.
So if I get into that, I'll be heading up to Queensland. I think that's why it's not in my calendar yet because I'm like, oh, dunno.
Dunno. All right.
And then the week after that is the
Oh, yeah.
most fun weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
Saturday, the 4th of October is the first Elite Select in New South Wales. That's going to be awesome.
I'm the certifying official for that one, and I cannot wait.
Yep.
The venue is great. We're co-hosting that weekend with The Dog Knows It.
Yep.
So that is going to be an awesome weekend.
So the Saturday is Elite Select, and then on the Sunday, another Nosework 3.
Yes.
Because you can never have too many Nosework 3s.
You just can't get enough.
So for those of you who are eligible to have a go at any of those things, I hope you're getting excited. And for those of you who are not eligible, please consider volunteering because we always need a stack of volunteers and you gain so much from watching what goes on behind the scenes and watching teams run. And it's just fun.
And not only that, you go into the draw for a free entry into an ACSW trial.
If you volunteer at a full day trial.
At a full day trial, yes. Yep.
Yes.
What else is on the calendar?
My calendar ran out.
Where were you up to? The L1?
Okay,
Oh,
so
no,
the Elite Nosework 3 weekend is the first weekend in October.
Yeah.
Then we have our term 4A starting.
Yes. Okay, so then we have, what do we have after that? Oh, we've got a Scent Detectives.
Yep.
We have Scent Detectives on October 26th.
We do.
Our Halloween Scent Detectives.
And who is going to be able to play on that day?
Everyone.
We're going to have stuff for everyone.
It's going to be a full day of just super, super fun searching weird, creepy Halloween stuff.
Yep.
So that'll be good. Then the weekend after that is Leah Gengelhoff's down, hosted by ACSW.
Indeed. Look up ACSW website for details on that.
Mm-hmm. And then we are hosting, this one is a good one, a full day of ORTs.
Yep.
And that's been approved, and that is November 23.
Sunday, November 23. Birch, anise, clove, all of the odors that I've had a lot of people asking me about that. So I feel like that one's going to be popular.
Yep, I think so too. And then our last event for the year is December 14, which is our Christmas Scent Detectives Day.
Woohoo!
That is a bit of a party atmosphere. That will be another one that everyone can play in. And yeah, that'll be really fun. So I hope you will come and join us. I'll have those up in the website probably this week, actually, because it might be the last week I have to do things. So that's the Canine Nose Time website. You can find most of that information or links to signing up to the ACSW and the Scent Detectives.
Yep. Okay. So let's aim for another podcast sometime sooner than 8 months from now.
I was like, don't make any promises. But yes, we will definitely try and make this a more regular occurrence than it has been. because it's fun and it's good to connect with everyone. If you have any sort of podcast topics you'd like us to cover or questions, make sure you send us a message or send us an email, hello@canonostime.com.au, and we will most definitely get to those. Okay.
Awesome.
Um,